Hello, welcome to one of my first tutorials. I hope to get these kind of things underway before, but you see I had a few problems with this book, and when you're stressed and uptight, that is not the time to do a tutorial. And I think that now I feel ready to pass on some knowledge that I have on how to read this wonderful crystal ball. Now this one is Monica. I have another one over here. This is Wagar. This was the first crystal ball that I got. Okay, as you can see, it captures the light absolutely perfectly, and that is so beautiful. Yeah, you see, this is what you do when you have these crystal balls. You have to capture the light. If you don't capture the light, that's fine, but I think you would see more if you do capture it. It glows a bit like the sun. It's like having the sun in your hand. See that? You can see all different kinds of things now. Here, the point about this crystal ball is not many people actually know how to use them. Um, they can have them. A lot of people say, "Well, you have to let it happen intuitively," you know, which is a great idea. But the method I'm going to show you is how I do it, and what creates those beautiful images that you can see, that you can see as well as I can. Yeah. So it's not just me interpreting the crystal ball. The crystal ball speaks for itself, and that goes for both of these and others. So, first thing to do when you get your crystal ball, play with it, get to know the feel of it, how it is in your hands. Give it a name. Now, mine, this Wagar, this one, okay, this is the one I got last year. It was absolutely wonderful. It took a long time to get to me. It was just an ordinary crystal ball I bought, but I've personalised it now. I've put magic into it. I've blessed it, and it's mine. Um, when I got it, I started seeing things immediately, and I knew I'd connected with the crystal ball. I have given this a name. Actually, it had its own name. A bit like naming an animal. The animals know what their name is. For example, I have a cat somewhere. I have two cats, and and the cat knows what its name is. So you could say, "What's your name?" and the cat might actually tell you. For example, we had a cat once, and I said, "Okay, what's your name?" and the cat replied with a simple "purr meow," and then from then on, its name was Purr Meow. It was a little girl cat. It was a sweet little, lovely female kitty, and she was wonderful. She had about 3 sets of kittens before we got her done. She was absolutely a beautiful baby. And this little cat I got, she's down there, Sweetie Pie. Now, I didn't really know what to call her. No name fitted. And I did ask her, but she just kind of kept giving these little squeaks in reply, like that. And eventually, I kept calling her Sweetie Pie because she was just so sweet, and that stuck. So, like naming cats, like naming animals, I recommend naming your crystal ball. So this one, Wagar. Now, what happened with this was I had a dream like a couple of nights after I got it, and it was shining, and I could see an eye in it. I've got an actual picture of that eye because I took a picture of it, and it was so beautiful. And as I was dreaming it, a voice said, "Wagar." I thought, Wagar. I wonder what that means. So I wake up and I researched the word Wagar. Turns out it means wind gate. It's a kind of a Norse type word, and it means wind gate. But it chose its own name, you see? Just like an animal, just like everything. See? This is Wagar. This one, Monica. Now, I was going to call this Morgana. I thought that's the right one for it. But chooses its own name. Ended up calling it Monica because it chose its own name. There's definitely spirits within the crystal ball itself. See, what people don't realise about crystal is it comes from the earth. It is of the earth. You could literally say the earth itself is a great big crystal ball. Yeah? You find crystals in rocks. These are quartz crystal balls. These here, you get different kinds of crystal balls. These are quartz. Quartz is also a universal healer. And one thing I do is make crystal water. I'll show you how to do that another time. But I've also got this that a friend gave me, which I don't really use, but it's more for shadow work anyway. Yeah, this one is just called red. I don't tend to use this one so often, but if I'm doing shadow work, I might use this one. Okay. Now, what I'm going to show you is how to set up the sanctum, where you would generally read your cards. Now, I tend to use candles, right? Because as a light worker, I work with light. That's what we do. It's not just that sort of ethereal, invisible light that you imagine might be there. Of course, light is all around us, but what this is original. See, these candles, these are what you call original light. So you put them a couple of meters apart there, like that. I tend to sit directly between the candles, like so. Now, one thing you are going to need is a mirror of sorts, some kind of a mirror, okay? It doesn't have to be a very elaborate mirror, just a mirror, you know, because again, we're working with light, okay? And you place the mirror, ideally, it should be in front of you in some way, but this is just to the side, okay? Now, what you then do is obviously light the candles. So I'm going to do that now. Right, so it's quite easy, just light the candles, you know. But you see, being pyrophobic, I have never been good at this kind of thing. I can just about light a candle. So, but to work with light, I think it's essential to use original light. Okay, light that candle there, and use that to light there as well. So 2 candles burning brightly. Now, it's best to have as possible in your room, but if you can't, just make sure the curtains are closed. So I'm going to do that now. I'm just going to close the curtains. Okay. So blocking out as much light from the sun as possible, we are then left with a fairly darkened room. It's better at night, in my opinion, because that's when the moonlight is out. It's a different kind of celestial light. And what this is now we're in a sort of darkened space. We've got lovely music playing. We've got the sanctum set up. Now, I've got this as a little kind of emblem. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? Like, kind of like if you go to a church, you will also see 2 candles and a cross, right? Like if you go to church, you know, but an altar, that's exactly what it is, an altar, a sanctum, and that's you set it up. Now, one thing that does work when you're doing your readings, vibration always works, and what I think opens the psychic senses is incense. It can be any incense. I'm using red rose. That's one of my favourites, red rose. I also like sandalwood. Those are also my favourite one. Oh, it's very nice. Now, there are certain incenses, I think, that they are designed to help open the chakras. Yeah, I always find the red rose seems to open all of the chakras at once. Well, maybe not at once, but you know. So let's see if we can light this incense. Okay, I've got plenty. Now, you don't even have to hold it a couple of inches above the flame, you know. You can see how big that flame actually is. And there you have your incense. Let it burn for a couple of minutes, seconds, and then so that the tip of it is just lit. Okay, it starts to let off some smoke. And and it smells absolutely wonderful, and it really is absolutely gorgeous. So here we are, we've got everything set up to read crystal ball. Now, how to actually do that. Now, I start off by creating a vibration in the room, and I do that using the singing bowl. Here we've already got some lovely light right here. Looks like a mother and a baby if you look at it closely. See that? So it's wonderful what you can do with light, once you know how to work with light, yeah? So we've got a mother and a baby showing already. Look at that. The universe is going to send us some images, you see? So I like to start off with a vibration, yeah? Singing bowl, you just hit it, go round and round with the mallet till it releases its vibration. Okay? This is absolutely, I've got actually a set of chakra bowls that open up the chakras. This one, beautiful bowl for vibration and harmony. Yeah. One of the things you could do is if you put water into this bowl, right? If you put water into the bowl when it's been vibrating and make it vibrate more, the water inside the bowl will vibrate, and then if you drink that, that's a kind of a healing remedy. But I have to say, it's one of those things that doesn't happen immediately. It takes some time to happen. You have to do it like every day, You can use one of these bowls or a bowl made out of quartz crystal. But that would also help you with, it's copper. So copper is a very healing mineral. Okay, so some good tips I'm giving you here. Now, to read crystal ball, now here's the thing. I'm not actually giving anybody in particular a reading here today. What I'm going to do is ask the cosmic to give us some, maybe a spirit. I'm going to ask it to give me the images of certain people. Okay, certain famous people. And hopefully, if we do this right, you should actually see them appear in the crystal ball. Okay, this is what I do with it now. As you look at the light beams here from each original beat from the candle, right? You should see these beams coming off. See the beam? Hold it right in the middle so that it picks up one of the light beams. Okay, so you can see that. And you can hold it anywhere that pick up a light beam. Okay, so once it does that, you end up with a beautiful ball of light in your hand. Now this is a bit like tuning a radio. If you just turn it slightly, and the light will move like liquid light. Beautiful. Now you see, I'm holding the sun. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say maybe the name of a famous person, and we'll see if that actually works. Okay, sometimes it does, but it's like, as I say, like tuning a radio. So I'm going to say, right, universe, let us see somebody like, Donald Trump? Show me Donald Trump. Show me Donald Trump, please. Show me Donald Trump. And hopefully, the universe will tune us into Donald Trump, where he is and what he's doing. Right, so keep watching that for a minute. You might be able to see the side of his hair there, where the light is catching his hair. You might be able to see his tie, that kind of thing. There we are, Donald Trump. Right, if you look very carefully at that, you'll see his hair, his face, his tie. That's like Donald Trump, all right, isn't it? Look at that. So I've set that, and I've got him. There we go. So it's like, it looks a lot like him, but I think, this is a fine art. You have to get it down to a T. Yeah. So we got Donald Trump just for a minute there. Right? So then I can also say, show me, who can I say? Show me the Queen. Show me Queen Elizabeth of Great Britain. Shall we see, show us the Queen? Either young or old, from any part of her life. Show me the Queen. Sometimes this works, but just keep watching it. What you have to do is you've got to make sure you play with this liquid light, okay? See if we can see the Queen. Can we see the Queen, please? young or old, Queen Elizabeth of Great Britain. Come on, show me her. No, not the old Queen, the new one. Come on. I think we're getting something. Just keep watching it and we'll start to see the image of the Queen appear. Just get the liquid light properly. Can we see the Queen, please? We want Queen Elizabeth. Just give it a minute. Okay. There, I think we've got her when she was little. No, the sort of image when she was young, so like before the war, So let's try again. We want Queen Elizabeth of Great Britain, but older. Can we see her, please? We're getting something, aren't we? Yeah, see, I'm trying to sort of get this. I think I've got the curls, the hair curls, and I can see her. There, she's wearing a scarf. Yeah, that's her with her scarf on, right? She's quite famous for wearing that scarf and her glasses and everything. So there we have. We've said Queen Elizabeth of Great Britain. That's her wearing her scarf. That's quite a famous picture. That. Okay, you can find that. Okay, it wasn't as clear as I'd like it to be, but basically what we are doing is playing with light here. We are working with light. Okay. So that's beautiful, isn't it? Yeah. You can see the lovely angel coming through. That's my angel. That is Eli. Eli in his angelic form. Okay. Eli, E-L-I, Elijah. Right. And there he is. He's changing into a dove. He did actually come to me. When I met Elijah for the first time, he came to me as a dove. And he changed into, he shape-shifted, basically, into a man with wings. It was a very unusual time. Perhaps we can actually see Eli coming through now. Yeah, it does look like him. Except for the beard. It doesn't normally have beard. So these images may appear sideways. They may appear up, down, whatever, So now, what you have to understand is thoughts are light. So when I'm doing a mass reading for people, I'm guided to the person who the spirit is there for, and I will click on your name, and whoever is there for you will come through because you're thinking about them. And thoughts are light. The spirit picks up on your thought. It picks up on your light, and makes it part of the original light. Yeah. So that is absolutely gorgeous. Now this also is very hypnotic. You can see people coming through here. Want to talk? Look at that. There we are. There. I said Donald Trump earlier, and that's him, young Donald Trump. You can see that. You can see that too. So, I mean, it's like, it's still kind of doing things. And when I do readings for people online, they are very, very quick. Honestly, this could do with a lot longer for me to capture the lights of certain people. We did get this sort of what I thought looked like the Queen of England wearing her scarf with her glasses. You can actually see that. You can rewind this and have a look. And if we keep playing with this, it may show us it again, or show us something that is more akin to the actual Queen. You have to keep playing with the light. Yeah, like I said, you capture the light, then it's liquid light. Look, there's the Eiffel Tower. You capture the liquid light, and then you play with that light, and you say who you want to see, coming through. Yeah, yeah. Anybody at all? No. I'm going to say Aleister Crowley. I've tried to see this before with Aleister Crowley, and I think we've got him there. Aleister Crowley was an occultist, and I kind of always wondered if he would appear. Yeah, never has really. Perhaps he never will. But yeah, you can. It's when you have thoughts, when you're thinking about someone, or when the spirit wishes to contact you. You play with the light. You let the spirit manifest. It's like tuning a radio. Okay, and this is how it's done. Okay. Yeah. Beautiful light there. And this is how you work with light, you see? This is what a light worker is supposed to do. Yeah. So I'm going to put that down for you. The same goes for the little one here. This is the Wagar. I told you about Wagar, didn't I? Wagar also, like say, it captures the light. And once you've got the liquid light, you can see everything. I'm going to ask the crystal ball, Wagar, or even Monica, if they can show us an incident that will happen in our future, in the future of the world, and anything that they need to warn us about, anything that would make any sense to anybody, like maybe what's the news going to be soon, or is there any buildings that we need to look out for? Anything that is going to cause a stir in the future. Because all you've got to know is that there is no past, present, and future. There is only light. And light is a vibration that we pick up with our brain. It's just a vibration. And in that vibration, it contains past, present, and future, because light is everywhere, every time. Light is like the divine presence. So it can show you whatever you want it to show you. Yeah. So I'm going to say, I do want to show me something from the future. Show me what I can find here. Right, so I'm looking at the future light. Okay, see what we can pick up. Who's this now? Russia. Okay, that's showing me someone in Russia. So I would expect, because you can see his sort of Russian hat there and his Russian uniform, I would expect that Russia's going to be in the news quite a lot. That's a Russian guard. Okay, so it's showing me that the news is going to contain a lot of things about Russia. Maybe some threats, maybe something to do with Putin. Yeah, but yes, certainly showing me things about Russia. Okay, so it's like a little universe in there, and the concentrated light. That's what it is. Concentrated liquid light is just going to show us many things. We want to see, and that's why the crystal ball works. Yeah. So this is the psychic Shirley method of crystal ball reading, and I will continue this tutorial because there's lots of things to cover, like what symbols mean, what to look for. Even if you don't see anything clearly like that, you might still see a symbol such as an animal or an object, and it means a lot. Now, sometimes the reader will see things and the people won't. Sometimes the people will see things and the reader won't. But the crystal ball speaks for itself, and it's beautiful. Okay? So, if you get a crystal ball and you want to know how to read it, that is my method. So everybody, I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Take care, have a great day. Okay, bye-bye.